Hello, hello. Have have a match. Yeah. Apologies if anyone's saying anything because I forgot to open the chat. There we go. I have a chat. Hello, Mover. Which is YatogamiNL. This is schrammbles. Wizards 5 match, quite advanced in the turn. It's probably going to be a match between two players. Yatogami doesn't have a record, but did get very far. It's here to avenge half beastie. Yatogami has your back, half beast. And we have schrammbles. We all know schrammbles. Very good player, very good commentator. Maybe on the other side of the screen this time. I do have a game, I don't know if they okay. I have a game that apparently came from Next Fest. To go and submitted some games from Next Fest that thought would be good enough for Mr. Tournament. This is one that could work. Okay, so I have basically some background knowledge. I didn't get to watch Next Fest. I think I was busy during Next Fest, otherwise I would have participated. I do know it's a good game because I did test this. I believe both races are ready, so we can actually go and reveal. I will be playing Ringo's Roundup. Bunny puzzle. It's not a member of the prolific genre of empty games of cat games, but a member of this slightly different genre of bunny games. Chill menu music. What I would expect from a bunny puzzle game. Race is about to begin. 10 seconds. right. The pace bin, I believe Muware actually reminded the racers to do that, so I don't think they will forget. Yeah, the pace bin has it quite prominently. Yatogami is watching the cutscene strats. Yes, it's very clear in the pace bin that they should do that, and yes, it's important. Okay, maybe the cutscene strats weren't that good for Yatogami here, but they'll make it back, I'm sure. Yeah, I actually tested this game, but it's so simple it doesn't really need much of an explanation. You're a bunny in a car. You can put arrows on the ground. Your car follows the arrows. You need to collect all the mail and deliver it to the mailbox. It starts off pretty simple. The last levels in this goes get a bit trickier. I don't expect them to have a lot of trouble. Especially in these first levels, but maybe not even the final levels aren't as difficult as some puzzle games we've had here in Mystery Tournament before. Yeah, you'd hope the game has hotkeys, but I really looked for hotkeys and it doesn't, and that was really annoying. Just mouse good, I guess. Okay, Yatogami's past level 1. And wants to be past level 1 again. There we go, just to make sure they really understood level 1. Meanwhile, Schrammbles is going to level 6. Yeah, like I said, this isn't a very difficult game, especially in the beginning, so I don't expect these first levels to be a huge barrier to any of the races, really. At least until they get the basics. Like, yeah, now that Yatogami has the basics, completed level 2 pretty quickly. These levels on Schrammbles side are introducing this jump tile in which you jump over one square. Pretty simple here, you just use that jump tile to jump to the other side and then make a path. And you have a lot more arrows than you really need, so you can pretty much take whatever path you want. Again, another jump level, just figure out a path to collect all of the letters on the right side. Use the jump to come back to the exit. They do give you a lot of arrows, and more arrows than you need, but you still need to find a path that works. Because you don't want to jump in the wrong direction. You do need to be coming straight to the mailbox when you take that jump. Yeah, I actually didn't even try to play this on controller. Because even the base bin said that mouse was required. And I'm more of a keyboard gamer than a mouse gamer, than a controller gamer, sorry. I know a lot of people these days are more controller gamers than keyboard gamers, but I prefer playing on a keyboard. Still.
Rambles is moving.
Yeah.
The question here is, how do we get back to base if that arrow is always pointing? And the answer is going to be the jump, but we have to go left, so what's the plan after that?
I remember this level was the first level that gave me some kind of trouble, because you do need to hit that jump at the correct thing. It's giving Yatogami some time to catch up, which is good because we always like close races.
Yeah, exactly. If a game's like so easy that whoever figures out how the game works wins the race, it's not a great sign for Mr. Ray. So I'm happy that the game's quickly become more than draw the line.
No, maybe draw the line is how far my cognitive abilities go. These are actually good players, not me.
Yeah, this is Lizards 5. Just definitionally having a good tournament. Won more games than you have lost, and will win more games than you've lost, even if you lose this particular game.
Right, we usually consider 50% as the mark of a good tournament, and this is already way past that.
So, from what we saw, Schrammbles finished this level really quickly. But it looks like Yatogami's got the right idea. Yeah? Nah, one more. It is a bit unusual that this game gives you extra pieces, just kind of masking the intended solution at times.
I kind of like it because you just need to draw the line in your head, and then you don't need to worry about what exact pieces you have to make the line. But in future levels, you're gonna have exactly the arrows that you need. They're not gonna give you extra arrows.
Yeah, if it's done well, the idea of having extra arrows should be easier. But one of the biggest things with a mystery tournament sort of game is often, okay, these are the restraints that are being put on me at this time. Why is this level built like this? Why is there this extra little cubby here that feels like I should have to go to it? There we go from Schrammbles.
That usually happens as soon as one player gets to the level, it's like the other player knows, and then they all, I need to get out. It happens.
Yeah, this looks generally good for Yatogami. The issue is we just need to make sure that if we put our left arrow in that right column, that we are actually picking up the yeah. That. Thank you for hitting the button that says play.
Immediate demonstration of the problem with the carousel.
Yeah, I don't even mind hitting play there and just kind of seeing it. Gives you a few seconds more to think about something that you're not solving until you actually find the solution. So pressing the test button while you're still actively thinking about the problem is fine and might be helpful. Just seeing, okay, I know this is not going to work, but I'll hit submit anyways. Might give you a different perspective. Schrammbles has way too many arrows for this level. We have 20, I think, when we started, and it's surely this level doesn't need 20 arrows.
Looks like Schrammbles wants to use all of them. That's so many arrows. What's the plan here? Looks like if he presses play here, he'll just immediately go to that top left meal. Okay. Yeah,
And
I
then
see
he's
the
just
vision
drawing
now.
it out. Yeah, there's a vision here. It's all crowded, so it's you can rely on the things that you're touching disappearing, or you can just try and use the space and avoid them. So there's going to be multiple solutions for this kind of open area. But it's just making sure that you are keeping track, because this has gotten noisy very quickly. Schrammbles trying to prove me wrong, just putting so many arrows on the board. But which one is going to be your final mailbox currently? Because the answer is currently none of them.
Like if he puts a down arrow on that top row where there's nothing there, then he can go back. Oh, but he can't because that arrow disappears. So the problem is not how many arrows you have, because you have infinite arrows. The problem is just drawing a line that works and doesn't cross itself. And
I mean, he is out of, I'm gonna call it right. It is a bit awkward that our arrows are all diagonal in nature, based on the isometric view.
that also looks right to me.
This looks good.
Yep.
Yeah. This will be the end of spring. As a rule, I feel like players often like accelerate their gameplay close to, but not fully. Compared to like how quickly the game wants you to go. Like World 2 usually takes maybe a bit less than twice as long than World 1 in any particular game. Which would make sense. I think Schrammbles can feel fairly confident that they're moving and trying their best. Okay, the rocks disappear. We kind of figured. We've played video games before here. Yeah, tutorial level basically. Is this skippable?
I'd say World 2 is where it gets actually hard, because World 1, really the only really hard level is that one where you jump back. Then maybe that one where Schrammbles got stuck, but that's only like 2 levels. The other ones are just tutorial level.
Okay. Well, this level is a tutorial level.
It's also a tutorial level, so still
Like, there are just no options here. Meanwhile, for Yatogami, yeah, those moves get you all of the bunnies that you need. Now what? Oh yeah, it's male, I guess, is the actual theme here.
no.
Ringo's a weird name for a bunny, by the way. Ringo, I associate with raccoons, because the pun would be like the rings on the tail. I think this might have been like a Beanie Baby back in the day, but I've seen multiple Ringos. A bunny named Ringo is... It's not a beetle, it's not a raccoon, they don't really have rings. It's Japanese for apple, and bunnies, I mean, I think carrot is the most stereotypical bunny food. Yeah, I'm not sure the name is the most appropriate, but it's not a bad name.
I remember when I first played this game, I didn't expect it to be a bunny, isn't it?
Okay, so Yatogami has just put a bunch of arrows that do the same thing as what they have been doing previously,
Yeah.
but more complicated. Yeah, I think, I mean, I can't see the solution. I've already seen Schrammbles do it, so, this, I think, is quite easily. The hardest level we've seen so far.
I've seen schrammbles do it, and I already forgot this. Amazing.
This looks good. No. Yeah, this top area is tight because we do need to jump back over. But to do so, we have to be coming at it from the angle, and Tramble's just leaving those 3 arrows in the jump up there, and that feels like appropriate, but like you just have to solve that portion first. Hey, look, Yatogami move forward. We got a race.
Nice. Top area kind of looks good to me because you can just go back and forth in the backlog.
Oh yeah, you just jump over the middle is the important part. Jumping over the sides I don't think works.
Yeah, now you need to solve this closer area. Okay.
Yeah, Schrammbles has lost the plot.
Poor Ringo,
Which-
just hitting trees.
Yeah, my instinct is you need to solve how the top could possibly work with the expectation that the jump will need to be precisely where it is currently. And the answer will be, jumping over the middle, because I just don't see a solution.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think this works.
This works, yeah.
And you don't
Okay,
need to jump over the middle.
And then this makes the, yeah, and then you just have a million lines here. This works.
It's missing an arrow.
Close enough. Travels, not close enough. Okay.
There we go.
Third time's charm. There you go. Yatogami is doing my instinct, which is going, why do I need a million arrows? That's silly. And didn't look particularly close to the solution, presumably because you do actually need a million arrows.
Schrammbles it's everywhere in that level. Not to be- And Schrammbles even got the short route achievement. Whatever
Oh,
he did
on-
was-
On this level that Yatogami's on? Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. Like, I think Schrammbles is like draw the line and then like mouse over it to figure it out. Would generally be kind of slow, like you don't want to be doing that the whole race, but on this particular level it felt really appropriate, and I think gives Schrammbles like the advantage. Not to mention Schrammbles is already ahead in the race and was faster on the other difficult level. This is noisy, but yeah, do the required moves first. Yeah, I always think of like a free flow, or one that we've seen in MT would be like cardinal chains, I think was the, like, very simple, just draw the line that goes from 1 to 9, or like lowest to highest, and there's just always a bunch of like these moves that are just guaranteed to happen. And what we saw there from Schrammbles was just going, okay, well this has to be this, and then I have to come back because we need to make it to the finish. Putting those 5 down, and then once he put those like 5 arrows down, the solution became more visible. Another tutorial level. If we just get a bunch of tutorial levels, Schrammbles will just win this race. We just learned teleporter.
Yeah, Yatogami's really hoping for Schrammbles. I don't know if it happens.
I don't know. Okay, so we come out of the teleporter the same direction, which means this is... That might be the lesson they're trying to teach us here, is which way you come out of the teleporter, because that didn't have a punch to it. Yatogami doing a lot of things, none of them are finishing this level.
It was in the middle, feel kind of... It's like kind of making a circle.
Yatogami's quickly learning that going like straight forward and then coming back is not gonna work. You're gonna have to do something slightly more clever, because you're not gonna be able to get back to that mailbox and then also escape.
Remember that being able to place these portals increases the possibility of having made levels.
Oh, yeah, I only just looked over there, and I'm like, no, I don't, I'm good. I think it's the texture. This reminds me of Golf Peaks. The, not a golf game, where you are just choosing which cards to do. I think it's just because of the green versus brown and the way that game changes its textures, but
also like
isometric, just increasing the levels and like the design, the tools that you have over time. This looks really easy, so why isn't it? And the answer is the finish, because how do we get back to the finish?
That is I remember where you place the portal is really dictated by having to collect.
Kind of works, assuming the portal gets used. Well, if you get rid of that jump, but
yeah.
I don't believe the portal gets used when you go through it.
Just see.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to double use the portal. Anasup, you're making me question Golf Peaks. Yeah, Golf Peaks. What did I say? Was that a fire truck?
Golf Peaks. Anyway.
Yatogami's got something cooking over here. It looks like they've figured out that they can't just do top to bottom. I think they've basically got this at this point. Yeah, there we go.
I think I remember what the trick in Schrammbles level is. You need to jump over the portal. I think Schrammbles sees it now too. Yeah. This will work.
So not double use, but come backward. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so now we definitely have to like triple use the portal, and these are guaranteed moves because we just need to go back into it. So we want to do the back last, because that'll be the one that takes us home. Yatogami's not being slow. I thought, do you have to push over every block? Is it an ice puzzle?
Well, each Schrammbles try just going direct to exit the first time.
Yeah. I was wondering why it felt really easy, and the answer is because it wasn't a possible solution. Yeah, it's a Pokemon Ice Gym puzzle. Gotta touch all the spaces. Which I'm now realizing I'm thinking of like a water gym and they had an ice puzzle. So maybe I shouldn't use Pokemon as a reference point. They didn't know what they were doing, so why should I trust them? Schrammbles put down a lot of arrows. You doing okay there, buddy?
That was really cramped because you need to go into that portal. Possible. Somehow maneuver back area without this going on.
I think this is very close to working. That was not going to be the shortest solution. It was the shortest solution. My solution didn't work. Good to know.
Yatogami join. The one where you need to use.
I'm happy they called it autumn levels, by the way. If they called it fall levels, they'd be a bit insulting.
This is doing a lot.
Yatogami is making this level look very easy. However, needs to do something slightly different. There you go. Yeah, chat was not kidding when they said that Trample was overthinking this. You have to bounce, but you'll be fine. You get this in half a minute. Yatogami. Trambles, meanwhile, has to jump 1,000,000 times, apparently. That's his opinion, at least, of this level. I'm not sure he's wrong.
I wonder if Yatogami is going to. Oh, getting closer.
I've caused people to have Pokemon conversations. I was thinking of Generation 3 Wallace, so like the 8th gym. I'm gonna say Sutopolis. It rings in my childhood because if you failed, you had to do like 7 Pokemon battles.
I know what gym we're talking about, but I don't know the name of it.
It feels like Yatogami's fallen into the same trap as Schrammbles of almost having a solution, not having it, going, oh, it must be more complicated than I thought, and is now trying new things when the answer is actually just do what you were doing, but like slightly better.
Yatogami's first instinct was so close, it was just one error off his.
I think this is like the situations that Maurice gets most frustrated watching other people play video games. Is the like knowing that the person they're watching is good at video games and has good instincts, and then betraying their own their own beliefs, their own thoughts, doing something else. Schrammbles is on the exact opposite side of literally deleting everything. We'll find out if that's a good strategy. These teleporters are actually like hard to place. Like I feel like the first one can definitely go in the middle and probably should, but you still have another one, and what do you possibly want to do with that one? Kind of want to just put it under where the car is. That feels like the most central place.
Schrammbles agrees.
Or like, no, I mean like literally where the car. I just want to start on the portal. The other place would be like right next to the finish, because that also can be attacked at from by 3 different directions. Where Schrammbles put it, you can only touch it like once easily, or with effort 3 times. FFA, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think Schrammbles will say that they enjoyed this game, based on how it's gone so far once they reach the end of it?
Yeah, I think so. It looks like it's doing faster than this game. I don't think it's going to be the first.
Because my instinct is like, yes, it looks like a fun game, and it looks like he's having like a decent go at it. But I have a suspicion this is like way more stressful in a race format than it is. Like this game is a bunny game. It shouldn't be stressful, and it just looks like it may be very stressful.
It's very.
It doesn't help that there's actually like a lot of just finicky placing of things that look like just losing a second or 2 here because you put the wrong thing, or like forgetting to put a block down and watching the car go around the whole thing and then just seeing the end. There's just a lot of like small time loss that as commentators we're like, oh, silly Schrammbles, but as a racer you're like, oh, I've just lost the race because I keep on losing 5 seconds here and there.
Something that is important about this level, that if you see the bottom left platform, it can only be jumped from one way, like you have to go up to bottom. What Schrammbles is doing there is already, it can't work. Because if you try to go from bottom to top in the bottom left platform, just jump into the abyss.
Yeah. Also, how do we reach the finish with Schrammbles' build? Like, where are you possibly meant to... Like, if you're using these jump pads to go back into this portal from the left, you have no option to get to the finish later, because you've already used the jump pads and you already have a block in the spot that you need to face towards the finish. I'm getting pretty confident that the second portal needs to go right next to the finish. Yatogami's coming. We're just seeing just some steady progress from our left player. I had the same question, Blue Kestrel. The numbers in the top left are becoming concerning to me. As a good commentator, I haven't looked at the pace spin or anything like that, so...
I'm gonna say this is the final level in the goal. That is just like a level counter. many letters to collect. Okay, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Blue Kestrel's saying that they aren't trying out their ideas often enough. With puzzle games, like, there was one recently and it was Jakazam versus Sumgi, I believe. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And both of them were looking at the puzzles and like doing it very, I'm going to look at the start puzzle and just take things. I'm just going to look at the start position and then I'll figure it out, and then once it's done, it's done. And for that particular puzzle, it was definitely like the way to go about it, because it was like once you change the puzzle, it changed the whole dynamic. With a game like this, I think you have a bit more freedom, but just watching the car zoom around incorrectly is time loss. So the players are actively trying to avoid that feeling, even if it would be like faster for them as a racer and faster as a concept, but really it's just player preference, how much they actually put on the board. Schrammbles deleting everything doesn't feel particularly fast, but it really might be the only way that they can approach this, is getting a fresh slate. And with this like needing to place 2 portals being, I think, the crucial decision, it's reasonable for him to take a bit of time and just make sure they get the first step right.
Placing a portal really increases the number of possibilities by so much. You kind of want to find some constraint to at least let you look at fewer possibilities. Because he's doing that again, but let's see if the destroying thing works. Because like you need to jump from this direction here, because if you go from the other side, it won't work. But that's what.
And you have to do that on both sides.
You actually don't need to do that on the right side, because the right side has no letters on the attached piece.
Oh, so you can just go and then come.
So on the right side, you can probably maybe just go to the exit from here.
Do the back and forth.
But noticing that this left side is necessary is actually, I think, one of the most important things I did in this level.
Yeah, because otherwise, without the letters, the level's symmetrical.
Yeah.
Which doesn't feel right, and that's because it's not. It's not symmetrical.
But even after you figured that out, that helps you with where to put your jumps, but you still need to figure out where to put the portal to hit the entire middle thing. Is the other complicated part of this level, maybe the most complicated part of this level.
Meanwhile, Yatogami's literally running out of blocks, which hasn't really been an issue in this race previously, just trying to find a way to put every single thing on the board if they can. Hey look, maybe we put the basement. Let's be responsible. Levels can be skipped. The hint system is not allowed. They've learned. Good basement. Yatogami.
No.
But you can solve this by just placing the last 4 blocks. You make a snake and then just put the jump up top. I hope that they do not change anything about what their setup is, because they're maybe short one up. Huh.
know
Also,
what they do after the commercial break.
Yeah, we'll find out. Meanwhile, on Schrammbles' side, we have literally nothing on the board. Maybe the one portal. Oh, and I guess it jumps, but those are always happening. Those aren't news.
And the portal is fixed. Yeah, Yatogami's done. A good commercial break.
Okay, that's how portals work, and I'll win the game. Good job. Ringo is very cute. I'm surprised this game is... I guess this is a demo. My cute game of choice of this sort is like Freshly Frosted, which is making donuts. But has the same sort of vibe as this. And I think a game like this is really refreshing. It's really nice to just have a game that you can like think but don't actually have to think much about. And then you buy 7 of them, and then you go, what is my Steam library? I'm never playing any of these. And you feel bad, so don't do that. Okay, so Yatogami's on a fairly difficult level here, but is really getting close to catching up to Schrammbles, who doesn't look like they have much different than what they've already failed with before. They haven't caught the FFAO trick of how to get that bottom screen on the Crumbling Rocks letter.
Yatogami does need to catch on the trick that needs to jump over the portal, which is not the good. How long did it take to realize that?
You haven't done too much hosting this year, FFA, right?
Been pretty busy.
That's fair. It's nice to be able to do these, I'm gonna say late night, but I believe we're both specific. It's not actually late for us, but late for MT evenings. We can get you set up with the nitro, whatever it is we have, to avoid the ads.
I don't want to after that during the race. I don't know.
Oh yeah, exactly. The difference between these two levels, as like a commentator, is Yatogami is like one step away from solving their level. They just need to figure out the trick, which is jumping over the portal. Schrammbles just has a lot to deal with. Might be realizing the FFAO problem here, because trying to face your car to the bottom doesn't do much unless you're trying to get just sweep this island before you leave it. Which doesn't work.
I wonder how long. Because if you just try to test all possible.
Yeah, there's like the old idea of like heuristics versus algorithms, and sometimes you can like the puzzles just only got so many options. You can literally just go through all of them. Well, sometimes you're just kind of, to try and make it go a bit faster, you're just using a bit of rules. Don't skip a level. If it's illegal.
The base bin allows it. I guess
Levels
this is
can be
the
skipped, but you need
last
to beat them
level.
all to achieve the goal. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, it's the same thing. We gotta complete the ice block puzzle of touch all the blocks.
But this one looks pretty easy. I mean, we're not gonna get there, but in case we get to a mod call, I guess it's good that Ringo says every level but one week. I do think in the next 45 minutes, I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
Or are you
he's
okay?
gonna figure out 2-9.
Yeah.
This looks good,
Yeah, this should work.
says me. Nine blocks to spare. Just game. It's so kind. Okay, so this is the actual issue with skipping a level, is we get an additional cutscene. We'll have to figure out the menu boss to get back to fall. We're getting additional cutscene because we also just beat the demo, according to the game. But we have not finished the race. Schrammbles, yeah, deservingly frustrating that he's taking time lost, but
I mean, Yatogami did cutscene strats at the beginning of the race, now that we're even. Now we're back to looking at this level. Especially in the race, I guess Shambles hates this level already.
yeah, I mean, I asked the question, is Schrammbles going to say they enjoy this game? And obviously, the longer that we're here, the less likely the answer will be yes, but there's just, that's where you're going to put the portal?
So one place you can put the portal, another place you can put the portal.
Nah, I'm just, yeah, you can put it under a letter, so.
You also want to know which directions you want to. Because you can't put under your car in the middle, so at least one of the directions. Or you can put it on the left there. Want to jump on it from left?
This isn't terrible. I don't know how. Yeah, Schrammbles coming to the same conclusion as me. It solves everything except for the leftmost letter. To do it like this, which I mean feels good in one sense, but there.
We still
That's
like the
nice.
Travel's previous portal. Beat this game, so I also beat this level, but I don't remember. Oh, that portal looks really simple.
Yeah. There's just like a large requirement of places that you're going to have to put arrows. Like, there is only one way to reach the finish. There's only one way to reach this bottom right, or sorry, just bottom, I guess. Letter. But Schrammbles has lost it. Schrammbles had brain cells. They got lost in a portal, jumped off the cliff, and have disappeared because this is not the same racer that we saw at the beginning of the race, who was just confidently solving everything. This portal.
Are like Shambles has a vision now. I think it's doing right now. You can see that his mouse making some paths, trying to create something.
Yeah, the interesting... You know how the finish is going to be. If you've thought about, like, it's going to be this going into this portal from... going into whatever portal you place from the top side. So you just make this jump immediately and finish. So you can drive over the last letter earlier in the puzzle. You gotta get this bottom one and this most left one, because those are the ones that have been giving you the most trouble. Meanwhile, Yatogami is stuck. This level is frustrating in a different sense, and there just isn't enough going on for you to feel like you should be stuck, and is put something on the board that makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't understand where Yatogami's mind is. This is not a kind race game, I think is the actual answer. Is this game is easier to watch from a nice warm chat or a commentary booth, because trying to race this seems like it is destroying racers who I know can puzzle and I know can game, but are just putting solutions that I don't understand. Actually, Schrammbles has an idea here. I like jumping over the jump space. It doesn't do anything, I don't think, but it is really cute. Might be used in a later puzzle. It might be an alternative solution to this puzzle. That can't be where you put your portal, but it's fine.
Like we have some puzzles where the solution is extremely complicated, uses some niche mechanic. Sometimes you don't think that the solution is very straightforward. Like the solution to this is, it just has a lot of possibilities. It doesn't do anything very weird. You just need to basically order the 4 directions correctly. For that middle. It was also less frustrating when I was testing because I wasn't racing against anyone. I was just playing the game.
This is probably going to be the biggest difference from MT19 Submitter Pwned and MT20, is me getting frustrated in testing and being like, okay, well, it's fine. I'm allowed to be frustrated. We don't have... MT games aren't required to not be frustrating or difficult. But not really doing the accounting that anything that's frustrating in testing is more frustrating as a racer. Because there's just more stakes, and your mistakes just feel like they matter more. It won't stop me from submitting garbage, but it's definitely something to keep in mind.
I know the Gon's the submitter of the game loves you. So.
I mean, I've only hit him twice, and I won't hit him a third time. I got him to quit, right? That's the theory. Nah, it's
MT.
It's particularly those, like, when it feels more like a tech demo than anything. I'm like, yeah. I mean, this is a Gaunt submission, and I mean, we're having the same. Love you too, Gaunt. The reality is, I think this is actually not only a good MT game, but like, wouldn't mind seeing on a more regular basis. We do like have no need to like resubmit puzzles. There are just enough puzzle games in the world that are good MT races that anytime I see like a resubmission of a puzzle game, I'm like, surely that we have something kind of similar to this. But come on, Schrammbles. Is that where you're putting the portal? Seems fine. I accept this portal position. Please don't approach it from the top. That seems like it will immediately burn your finishing game plan.
I don't think it's correct. Like, I think you need to put it in the right there. It's at least an attempt.
Huh? Don't hate this. Don't know when we're getting the top one, or I guess the top right one with this strategy, but
Travels has a vision.
Yatogami's put 1 arrow, by the way. we have gone back to basics on this side.
But don't need all these letters. Just this one letter is fine.
I'm curious what this game's hints are actually. Like it's probably just like on this Schrammbles level telling you where to put the portal. Like it's probably the most crucial thing. But in a game like this, hints are like such a little finicky thing. Just a bit of logistics. I know that there was a couple give games, approximately 15 to 20 minutes ago. I don't know what the situation is, if chat wants to tell me. Particularly someone Moo shaped or otherwise, whoever's.
Looks like Moore is getting a game, but I can't moderate 2 matches at the same time. Guess the other match is gonna wait for this one.
Okay. We made a race for him. That's good to know.
Or someone else is gonna have to moderate. Yeah, I don't know. Figure it out.
Okay. Yatogami's almost there. Which is to say, the same place that they've been the whole time, but... Huh? You're so close. I did not expect this game to take an hour. It hasn't felt like an hour, and I didn't expect it to take an hour, and... I get where Yatogami's, is walled, because this level is just a trick that I didn't notice until you saw it. Schrammbles has tried putting that portal every what place. Oh, that's what happens when you go to a portal when there's no friend. You just disappear.
If the hint for this last level is telling you where the portal goes, I imagine that would help immensely.
Yeah, it would give you a lot more confidence, like just knowing, okay, this is kind of how it has to be. There's not much without the hint system to like lead you, like the number of jumps that we have. If you were like running low on those, maybe you could be like, okay, I guess I don't need to do this way if I'm running low on jumps. But it feels like this game is just kind of relying on its hint system to cover for actually hinting our players, and then just allowing them to have as many arrows as they want, or more accurately 5 of each color or each direction. Yeah. So much Fab saying that needs to realize that the portal needs to be accessible from 3 directions. That's why my instinct is just literally putting it next to the finish, which is the only place It's still only accessible from 3 directions, but we're the only other place other than where the car is sitting that it can go 4 directions. I don't know if that actually like works out, and to be honest, getting to the portal, like the first portal, and like deciding how to approach the very beginning of the level then becomes a problem. But just finding a place that can be approached 3 different. This one cannot be because of the FFAO problem of you can't jump from the bottom block. So this one definitely doesn't work. Progress? No. Yatogami, I thought was going to jump over and instead did the exact opposite, jumped over the portal. So.
True about the vision there. If you move the jump and the portal back, so that would actually jump over the portal. Sure. This,
Yeah, both players just giving frustrated mouth shakes. At some point, you just ask your opponent, "Hey, like, can you finish?" I'm done playing this game, but I'm not done winning this race or losing this race. But I'd appreciate if you're gonna finish before me, at least doing it sooner rather than later, because I just want to see Yatogami play Schrammbles' level, though. Bright Shadow, we are putting a thing in a thing, which, as you know, is either a game about keys or a game about golf. So yes, we're driving to the finish line. We're picking up all the mail. In the meantime, we are a bunny named Ringo, which we've already litigated. I don't think it's a great name for a bunny, but I do think it's a great name. I am kind of surprised we haven't pushed anything, actually.
yeah. No Silkabun detected. And now the genre of this game is staring at the screen for a long time and then shaking your mouse.
Yeah, if this was a Sokoban, or if maybe it is a Sokoban in the full game, what do cars push? Cars usually run over things, which would smush them. Yeah, Muir is with me. I'm not sure how many things that you're meant to roll around with the car. I don't think cow tipping. I think cow tipping's already a fictional thing, invented by 80s movies. But I don't think cow tipping is meant to be with a car. I feel like that's done with your hands, and it's mainly a way to trick 16-year-olds to get close to a cow who might kick them, and that would be funny in itself. Yeah, don't run over cows. Bright Shadow, I'm not sure what you're on about. It's not provocative.
Someone asked how a portal on the right side would work. I'll use my newfound drawing powers. If you have a portal there, then you can jump on it from the left, and then you collect both letters from the right side like this.
We also know it works because Fab said so, and we trust Fabs. But yeah, we have to find a place that can be approached from lots of directions. Yeah, that place can actually be approached from all 4 directions, in theory, which actually makes it better than my first instinct. It's also close to the start, which seems efficient.
It's a great place for the portal. You have to think about it. Just that you have so many places for the portal. You have to think about it.
know what cars push the most? It's probably other cars. It's just the invention of bumper cars. Scientific studies have been done to prove cow tipping isn't possible. That seems unlikely. Because it would be animal cruelty for scientists to try and do. So they just weren't trying hard enough. Cows are pretty big, and yeah, exactly. How drunk were the scientists? If this isn't like the second time that you've ever had alcohol before, and you're not in Iowa, I don't think that's good science. I will also accept most Midwestern states, except for Missouri.
Yeah, I think schrammbles sees the vision of reversing on that left side. Should help eliminate a lot of us. Like all of this that he's putting is pretty much forced.
So ignoring the most left crumble blocks, which I'm fine with, sounds good. Yeah, but that's their fault, right, Shadow? It could be dynamic. It was dynamic. And then they decided to be worse at the game than they were previously in the game. And decision decide is probably a bit strong of a term there, but...
Just clear our work of art so we can see what schrammbles is actually doing.
Okay, so we're going into the portal. We're getting everything on the bottom left side.
That left side is pretty much forced.
Thank you,
to do
schrammbles.
this. Now we just need to realize where this portal goes, which is not that simple. You know. Not just realizing where the portal goes, but it's a very good start. Okay, we're having more of a vision here on Schrammbles side.
We cannot put a block under the car, which I think is where we want to put a block. But ooh, I approve of the rabbit. Only a rabbit could make a car jump.
Chad is asking us to draw a bunny.
If you hand me the tool, I haven't used it this season. Or, hear me out, just win. I thought I was gonna just win. I feel like there's like one of those like school, like this is how you draw a bunny. Like if you just draw these amount of circles, you'll make something that looks cute. I hear it typing. I'm gonna have to Illustrator here and be able to do irresponsible things shortly.
I was searching for how to draw a bunny, but all the drawings were really complicated. I guess I just know how to make like big ears. I don't know if this looks like a bunny.
Okay, make sure you get the whiskers.
The whiskers. Like this. Oh my god, I am so bad at drawing.
Okay, all bunnies have smiles. There's no such thing as an unhappy bunny.
Oh, that doesn't... Oh my god, that is a terrible bunny. Anyway, that's your bunny.
And then just have him do a peace sign because he's happy. And also saying goodbye. Come on, somebody do something. Yatogami, jump over a portal.
I like
This
what
looks.
Schrammbles is doing.
This looks. Ow.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
This doesn't work because it would need one extra jump. It does need to use the portal there from the top and the bottoms.
If I was Schrammbles, I literally would just be hitting play again and going, okay, one more time. Cause this is so close. It'd be really annoying if the reason why this is so close is, but not immediately, Can we just jump over the portal? As in just put... No, we were out of jumps.
Yeah, we're out of jumps. Otherwise that would work. But because we only have 3 jumps, then you're forced to use...
But why is that portal or that jump where your arrow is there?
Because if you just went straight there, then you would
Oh,
pick the
okay.
portal.
So yeah, this is why. Because he's trying to... So if you do the box around on our starting island the other way, then it will clear out by the time that it reaches you.
I think Schrammbles is going to be missing 1 letter here. Yeah, so close.
I missed which one it was. Yeah.
The one right below the portal. Definitely the right idea. It just needs to fix the pathing a little bit.
Yatogami's got this, by the way, if they put 1 more jump down. We might get double progress here.
The double inspiration will... Seriously.
I say tangible, you say progress. Tangible.
Progress.
Let's go! Okay, time to remember if 8 was hard on Yatogami's
so.
side.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's
there
this
was
one.
a bit of some difficulty with ordering the backside there.
Yeah, I don't think this is like a stumper, but this is actually like the difference in the race between the final level and this. It's and just how much there is on Schrammbles' current level. Yatogami is like approaching like the 130 like deadline, ignoring the fact that Schrammbles is already very close to finishing, and until he moved his portal into the corner like a silly Billy.
Not gonna work.
This could be approached from 3 different directions. Similar, but we like 4 directions. Your mystery sounds are very confusing to me. Your mic picked up on something. I'm just purely speculating, and in my mind, nothing comes to mind. Come on, Schrammbles. That might be the answer that Schrammbles needs. Putting the portal in a slightly different, but very similar place to where it was previously when they were very, very close to finishing.
Don't you turn into the portal there? Then this works. Not within Shambles is doing.
Schrammbles, no, go back.
Instead of grabbing the ladder and then going to the portal on the side, back up the ladder.
Okay, he's literally not fast forwarding, just to like see how he's being silly. This looks, again, really close, but I'm not 100% sure that we pick up all the mail.
Chad is saying to do the middle ladder last, so I'm not sure how the whole solution works. I just know you need to put the portal on the side and then find some way to go through all three sides.
So the reason why this is an issue, I think, is of the 4 that are near the starting portal, I don't think we ever get the bottom right one, with the portal just being directly in front of where the car was originally facing.
It was also removed the jump from that jumping block in the middle, and I don't know how to get the ladder without putting it up there.
Yeah. I feel like we're moving backwards, which in a car is possible but not advisable. Prefer if we just went forwards. As a reminder, especially if anybody's coming in here late, this is the penultimate level for Schrammbles, but they have already completed the final level. For Yatogami, they are 1 level behind that, though they are now tied. If they had the finish. Good luck to the moderator if we get a situation where it goes to time and Yatogami's completed this level on screen and Schrammbles has completed the level after. My instinct is that would be a pretty simple enough but then you conclude that Yatogami would win that if they can find a quick solution to this. The last stage also wasn't very hard, but we are 12 minutes away from the 1:30 time. Yatogami's learning the FFAO lesson immediately. You cannot get off the island if you approach it this direction.
Guess it's only by trying and saying that it doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't turned the car to, like, check in any sense. Yeah, if we get to... Obviously, if we get to this point... Schrammbles.
That would be a pretty nightmare call to make. It's why I don't like the idea of allowing
Are we done?
people to skip puzzles.
Are we done? Can we go home? Not done. Get out of here.
Oh, you are done.
Woo! Good job,
Didn't
Schrammbles.
realize you saw that Schrammbles had the right solution there.
A lot of good blue on there too. A lot of the shortest solution.
And in that case, it's probably the only solution. Maybe.
I don't know. We also got the bunny stamp, which I don't understand, but is cool.
Schrammbles made a very eloquent comment in the race room. Comment reads, "Ah."
that's how I would feel if I was in a car with a bunny that was driving.
And
So as a
Yatogami.
reminder, this is Losers 5. Both of these racers are very good at video games. And then you can still get bullied by a cute little bunny game. So you don't know what you're gonna get handed. Let's get Shrambles in here. Hello, Shrambles.
Uh,
I asked a question about, like 2-5, like 30 minutes into the game to FFAO, who didn't have a solid answer of would Shrambles, when they get interviewed, say that they enjoyed this game? Did you enjoy this game?
this is a very clever game. I think my brain isn't good enough for it. It was fine, except like this is the one puzzle curse that I have in MT, where like the whole game is fine except for one specific puzzle that I cannot figure out.
Yeah, we saw both you and Yarigami were kind enough to give us frustrated mouse wiggle, or FMW as it's known, just indicating uh, something that was frustrating. And there was often like one letter that was just like not solvable with your current solution. Was it mainly just like the portal and like trying to place that, or was it
There
multiple things that were getting to you?
it specifically in that puzzle, you have 9 jumps and like what 6 arrows in the one portal. So there's just so many different like variations that like I had to like multi-world my brain into every single iteration that it could be, eliminating factors until I finally came upon the solution.
I mean, we get you on mic. We know that you're quick-witted, Shrambles. I'd also think of you as a smart guy. Is Do you just get bullied by puzzles once a year? Is that your MT experience, or
That's pretty much my MT experience. I like puzzle games. Racing puzzle games is a different beast entirely.
I feel like maybe this I'll say this and you can tell me. Lose once to somebody who's just like in top 8, probably Adam Ferris, and the other is a puzzle game in like your MT history, or because I mean we're
I,
looking. You have a 69% win rate. You are very good at this sort of play video games sort of thing.
I mean, I it's all just luck of the draw. I haven't really pulled too many puzzle games in MT. And when I do pull puzzle games in MT, it's against someone who is also like me and struggles puzzles in MT.
Yatagami in chat saying puzzle games, man. An appropriate response after a 80-minute forfeit. But I do want to note here, just looking at the card, first MT losers 5, losing to somebody with a 69% win rate. That's a very nice win rate. Absolutely no shame in this loss. Uh, Sorry to see you go, Yatagami, but big GGs. You're always just gonna run into something that trips you up. Do you know you're playing next Shambles, or do I need to pull up the challenge?
I think I'm playing Kasuka next.
Yeah, could be worse. Could be a scary no name instead of a scary.
I mean, they're very good. They were very
They
good
are
last
very
year.
good.
There's
I
there's no easy mystery tournament match. Anyone who says there is lying because you never know what you're gonna get.
exactly. I'm looking at the bracket here now. There's 7 out of 8 of our winners 5. So the games that are being played into top 8 are already sorted. You're joining in to Lizard 6, which just is full of familiar names and names that we've quickly come to learn, like Kastucha, who are uh, going to have strong win rates if they stick around. It's gonna be a lot. Did you have any other thoughts, particularly about any of the other levels before you reached the final level?
No, the rest of the puzzles were just yeah, this is standard MT fare. And then there was the 2-8, or was it 2-9? I don't know. It was too doesn't make me feel good.
Oh, the one other thing I wanted to bring up. So you skipped the puzzle, which I think is generally advisable. Coming back to it, you were a bit quicker on solving it, maybe with a 1 minute break. But getting cutscened and getting the demo, the final screen, and just watching you shake your cursor.
I was smashing escape. I was mashing escape, hoping it would do something. Crash the game, end the cutscene. I considered closing the game and relaunching it because it may have been faster.
Brilliant. Anything else you wanted to add here, Ophelia?
We also got Yatogami's comment in the race room, just says never again.
I hope that's not to MT. I hope it's just very specifically to bunny driving puzzle games. You both did fine. I saw nothing I was concerned with. It was just a hard game, and more accurately, a hard game to race.
Well, thanks for having me. I'll leave you be for the next race.
Yeah, I think we got a double.
Well, enjoy the double, mystery friends. I will be gone.
Thanks for Schrammbles.
Bye.